Have you ever noticed how some people finally get the money they always wanted and then somehow lose it almost immediately? It happens way more than people admit. A guy makes a huge profit on crypto. A woman gets a massive bonus at work. Someone flips a house and makes quick cash. Someone wins big at poker. Someone hits on a lucky stock trade. And what happens next? They start acting different. Suddenly, they're shopping like celebrities. They're booking flights they normally can't afford. They're buying watches, buying designer clothes, taking everybody out for expensive dinners, posting cryptic Instagram stories like life just changed forever. And if you watch long enough, a lot of them end up right back where they started, sometimes even worse. And people usually explain this in very dramatic ways. They say things like, "You got cursed. That money wasn't meant for you. You used up your luck." In Chinese culture, a lot of older people would say you didn't respect fortune. And honestly, even if you don't believe in spirituality, karma, or energy, there's still something very real happening here. And it happens because most people psychologically treat fast money very differently from earned money. That's the real problem. Think about how differently you treat money from your salary. That paycheck came from stress, meetings, long hours, annoying coworkers, commutes, deadlines. You remember exactly what it cost you. So when you spend it, you think twice, sometimes 10 times. You stare at something online for 3 days before buying it. You compare prices. You ask yourself if you really need it. That's normal. Now compare that to unexpected money. A stock suddenly doubles. Crypto pumps overnight. You win money gambling. Your business gets an unexpected client. You receive inheritance money, tax refund, bonus. Suddenly, your brain treats that money like bonus points in a video game. It doesn't feel real. And that's dangerous, because when money feels emotionally disconnected from effort, people become reckless. You start saying things like, "Well, I didn't expect this money anyway. Might as well enjoy it. I deserve this. It's basically free money." And those 4 words, "it's basically free," have destroyed a lot of people financially. Because fast money often creates fake confidence. You start believing you're smarter than you actually are. Let's say someone made $20,000 on a lucky stock trade. Instead of saying, "I got lucky," they say, "I think I'm really good at this." Huge difference. One mindset creates caution. The other creates disaster. Now they start trading bigger amounts, taking bigger risks, using leverage, listening to random internet gurus, thinking they cracked some secret code. And then reality shows up. Fast. The market drops. They panic. They lose everything, and sometimes even go into debt trying to win it back. And this doesn't only happen in investing. Look at professional athletes, musicians, lottery winners, actors. A lot of people make huge money quickly and go broke, not because they never had enough income, because their spending rose faster than their discipline. That's the trap. Lifestyle inflation is sneaky. You buy one nice thing, then your standards change. That expensive dinner becomes normal. Business class becomes normal. Luxury hotels become normal. And suddenly your reward becomes your monthly obligation. That's when people get trapped. And social media makes this way worse, because now people don't just want to enjoy money, they want people to witness them enjoying money. That's a whole different addiction. The vacation isn't enough. You need people to see the vacation. The car isn't enough. People need to see the car. The expensive meal isn't enough. You need the photo. And the funny thing? A lot of truly wealthy people move differently. Warren Buffett still became famous for living relatively simply for decades. Old money families often avoid showing wealth. Many millionaires look completely average because they understand something broke people often don't. Attention attracts pressure, and pressure creates bad decisions. The louder you celebrate your money, the more people expect things from you. Friends suddenly need loans, family members need help. People treat you differently. Some people become jealous, others become dependent. And now your money has emotional obligations attached to it. That's exhausting. This is why a lot of smart people stay quiet after winning, quiet after big deals, quiet after investments, quiet after success. Not because they're boring, because they understand timing. When money comes fast, slow down. That's the rule. Don't immediately upgrade your life. Don't start performing wealth. Don't assume this will happen forever. And definitely don't confuse luck with skill. Because making money fast feels powerful. But keeping money, that's where real intelligence shows up. Anyone can look rich for 6 months. Very few people can stay wealthy for 30 years. That's a completely different game. And most people lose before they even realize they're playing it.
There's another pattern that people rarely talk about. Sometimes people don't lose money because they spend it. They lose it because they break their own rhythm. And this is where things start sounding a little strange, because gamblers have known this for a very long time. Ever sit near someone at a casino who refuses to move? Same chair, same machine, same table, same routine, same drink, same little habits. And from the outside, it looks ridiculous. You might think, bro, it's a chair, relax. But to them, that chair means everything. And it's not because they believe the chair has magical powers, at least not always. What they're really protecting is momentum, a mental state, a rhythm, a certain level of confidence where they feel locked in. Poker players talk about being in the zone. Athletes call it flow state. Traders sometimes call it market rhythm. And regular people experience this too. Maybe you've had one of those days where everything feels easy. You wake up early, you're productive, you make great decisions, you feel sharp. Then one random interruption ruins everything. A pointless phone call, an argument, bad news, someone kills your mood, and suddenly your whole day feels different. Same person, same skills, different state. That happens with money too. Let's go back to gambling. Someone's winning all night. Cards are going well. They feel calm, focused, disciplined. Then they leave the table, take a long break, start celebrating too early, call friends, order drinks, start feeling invincible. They come back completely different. Now they're emotional, careless, overconfident, and suddenly they start losing. They blame bad luck, but often they changed their own psychology. That same pattern happens in investing all the time. Someone makes a few successful trades. They were originally patient, research-driven, careful. Then they start telling everybody how good they are. They begin checking profits every 5 minutes. They take screenshots, post gains online. They start feeling like a genius. That emotional high destroys discipline. Now they stop following their own rules. They take worse entries, hold bad positions, ignore risk, and eventually the market humbles them fast. This happens in business too. A company lands one huge client. Instead of staying focused, the owner starts spending like success is permanent. New office, luxury car lease, big team hires, fancy image upgrades, and then that big client disappears. Now the business is drowning in unnecessary expenses, all because someone celebrated temporary success like permanent victory. That's why old-school business owners are often extremely conservative after making money. They've seen how fast things can change. They understand that one good month means nothing. One good year means very little. Consistency matters. And this idea shows up in sports all the time. Teams go on winning streaks, then they start reading their own headlines, they relax, they underestimate opponents, and suddenly they lose games they should have won. Momentum isn't magic, it's fragile discipline. That's what people misunderstand. When older generations talk about protecting your luck, sometimes they're poorly explaining something psychological. Stay grounded, stay disciplined, don't disturb what's working, and definitely don't let excitement make decisions for you. That's why some of the richest people in the world can make millions and barely react. No huge celebration, no dramatic lifestyle shift, no victory lap. They understand money can leave the same way it arrived, quietly, fast. And here's the brutal truth. A lot of people secretly love the feeling of appearing successful more than actually becoming successful. That's why they rush to show rewards: the watch, the car, the trip, the expensive dinner, the social media post. They want proof, they want validation, they want people to finally notice them. But real wealth often looks boring while it's being built. It's repetitive, patient, quiet, sometimes even invisible. That doesn't feel exciting enough for people addicted to quick emotional highs, and that addiction destroys momentum. So, if life is going unusually well, be careful. If money is flowing, be careful. If business is booming, be careful. Not paranoid, just disciplined. Protect the habits that created the opportunity. Protect your focus. Protect your emotional stability. And most importantly, don't interrupt your own winning streak just because you got excited too early. A lot of people don't lose because life turned against them. They lose because they couldn't stay calm when life finally started going their way.
Now, here's where things get even more dangerous. Sometimes people don't lose money because they celebrate. Sometimes they lose money because they start believing they've become special. And that mindset can destroy someone faster than bad luck ever could. You see this all the time after people get unexpected success. They make one great investment, one business deal works out, they flip one house, their crypto explodes, their content goes viral, their side hustle suddenly takes off. And instead of thinking, that worked well, they start thinking, I'm different. That's when reality usually starts preparing a lesson, because success has a weird way of making people forget timing matters. A lot of outcomes are a mix of skill, timing, luck, market conditions, other people's mistakes, and circumstances you can't control. But ego hates hearing that. Ego wants full credit. Ego wants to believe, I saw what others didn't see. I'm smarter than most people. I figured out the game. And once someone believes that, they stop learning. That's when they become fragile. Look at bull markets. During strong markets, everybody feels like a genius. People who barely understand investing start giving financial advice. Your cousin suddenly becomes a crypto expert. Your barber has stock tips. Your Uber driver starts talking about options trading. That usually means danger is close. Dot-com bubble created millions of fake geniuses. Then it crashed. 2008 financial crisis humbled a lot of people who thought housing prices only went up. And the crypto booms created the exact same pattern. Fast gains create fake experts, and fake experts make reckless decisions. But this doesn't only happen with money. It happens in relationships. Someone gets attention from one attractive person. Suddenly, they think they can treat everyone badly. Then, reality hits. It happens in careers. Someone gets promoted once. Suddenly, they stop working hard. Then, they get replaced. It happens everywhere. Temporary success can make people permanently arrogant, and arrogance is expensive, very expensive. That's why truly elite performers often sound boring in interviews. Listen to athletes after winning championships. A lot of them immediately talk about discipline, preparation, teamwork, consistency. Why? Because they understand success can disappear fast. Tom Brady stayed obsessed with routine for decades. Michael Jordan was famous for extreme competitiveness long after becoming rich. Warren Buffett constantly talks about patience and avoiding stupid mistakes. These people understand something most people ignore. Staying successful is harder than becoming successful. The first win is exciting. The 100th disciplined decision? That's boring. And boring is where wealth gets built. This is also why some people self-sabotage after success. Deep down, they're uncomfortable. They've never had this much money, this much attention, this much opportunity. And instead of adjusting slowly, they go extreme. Extreme spending, extreme confidence, extreme risks, extreme lifestyle upgrades. They mentally skip 10 levels overnight, and life usually punishes rushed growth. If your income suddenly doubles, your lifestyle shouldn't immediately double. If your business grows, your ego shouldn't grow faster than your systems. If your investments do well, your risk management should become tighter, not looser. That's how professionals think. Amateurs think winning means freedom from discipline. Professionals understand winning requires even more discipline. And there's another uncomfortable truth. Some people secretly want the story of success more than the responsibility of success. They want to say, "I made it." They want the image, the applause, the validation. But real wealth is often repetitive and kind of boring. Budgeting, planning, taxes, delayed gratification, long-term thinking. That's not sexy enough for people addicted to fast dopamine. And that's why they crash. They chase the emotional high of the first win forever. But lightning rarely strikes twice for people who stop respecting risk. So when things start going your way, stay humble, stay quiet, stay teachable, and never let one lucky season convince you that you're untouchable, because life has embarrassed people far smarter, richer, and more talented than any of us. And it usually happens right after they thought they had everything figured out.
And this is the part almost nobody wants to hear. Sometimes, losing money has nothing to do with bad investments and everything to do with who starts surrounding you after you get it. Because the moment people sense you're doing well, the energy around you changes. And no, I'm not talking about some mystical force. I'm talking about human behavior. People notice success fast, sometimes faster than you do. Maybe you bought a nicer car. Maybe you moved to a better place. Maybe people heard your business is doing well. Maybe you posted a vacation online. Maybe you casually mentioned a big investment win. Now suddenly, people start showing up differently. Old friends call more often. Random relatives appear. People start asking weird financial questions. How much did you make? What are you investing in? Can you help me get in? Can you loan me something real quick? And real quick somehow turns into 6 months of excuses. A lot of people lose money because they feel guilty saying no, especially if they came from humble backgrounds. They finally make it, and now they feel responsible for everybody. Parents, friends, cousins, old classmates, neighbors. Everybody suddenly has a business idea. Everybody suddenly has an emergency. Everybody suddenly needs help. And helping people isn't bad, that's not the problem. The problem is helping people in emotionally reckless ways, giving money without boundaries, investing in terrible ideas because you don't want awkward conversations, funding lifestyles that were never your responsibility. And the worst part? Sometimes the people draining you won't even be grateful. They'll expect more. That's why a lot of athletes go broke after making millions, not just because of spending, because they become financial targets. National Basketball Association players have openly talked about pressure from family and friends. Many National Football League players have faced the same thing. Young people suddenly make life-changing money while everyone around them still treats that money like a community resource. That pressure can destroy people. And then there's another danger: fake friends. These people love access. They love free dinners, free trips, VIP treatment. They'll hype you up while your money is flowing. They'll tell you, "You deserve this. Live your life. Stop being cheap. You only live once." Sounds fun, until your bank account starts looking scary. Then they disappear, fast. Real friends often protect your future. Fake friends encourage your worst impulses. Learn the difference early. And social media makes this problem even worse because now strangers can monitor your lifestyle. People see your upgrades, they see your vacations, they see purchases, and many people start spending just to maintain an image they accidentally created. That's a prison. Imagine working harder every year just to impress people you don't even like. That sounds exhausting. And sadly, Millions of people are doing exactly that. This is why quiet wealth is powerful. Not invisible, just controlled. You don't need to announce every win. You don't need to post every reward. You don't need outside validation for private progress. A lot of old money families understand this deeply. They protect privacy. They protect assets. They protect peace. Because privacy protects wealth. The less people know, the less pressure you carry. And that peace helps you make smarter decisions. Sometimes the smartest thing you can say after making money is, "Things are normal," even when things are going great. Not because you're lying, because you're protecting your future. And this applies beyond money too. New relationships, career wins, business growth, big opportunities. Not everything needs public celebration. Some things grow better in private. The early stages of success are fragile. Too much attention can crush them. Too many opinions can confuse you. Too many hands can drain you. So if life starts improving, move carefully. Be generous with intention. Be private with your wins. And understand this simple truth. Not everyone clapping for your success wants you to keep it.
And here's the deepest layer of this whole conversation. Sometimes people lose money because deep down, they never believed they deserved to keep it. That sounds strange at first, but think about how many people sabotage good things the moment life improves. Not just money, relationships, health, career opportunities, peace. It's like things finally go well and they unconsciously create chaos. Why? Because chaos feels familiar. Struggle feels normal. For some people, peace feels suspicious. If someone grew up hearing things like, "Rich people are greedy," "People like us never get ahead," "Money changes people," "Nothing good lasts," then what happens when they finally make real money? Their identity starts fighting their reality. Their bank account says one thing, their subconscious says another, and subconscious beliefs usually win. That's when self-destruction starts looking logical. They overspend, they gamble, they make reckless investments, they lend money to people who clearly won't pay them back. They create financial emergencies that didn't need to exist. And from the outside, people say, "That person is terrible with money." Sometimes that's true, but sometimes they're fighting old programming they never fixed. This is why lottery winners going broke is such a common story. Powerball winners, Mega Millions winners, people receive life-changing amounts of money and somehow end up bankrupt. It sounds insane until you understand human psychology. If your habits are built for a $50,000 life, suddenly receiving $5 million doesn't magically give you millionaire discipline. Money magnifies who you already are. That's all it does. If you're patient, more money makes you more powerful. If you're impulsive, more money makes your mistakes bigger. If you're insecure, more money often turns into status purchases. If you're generous without boundaries, more money attracts more takers. Money reveals character. And this is why many wealthy people spend years building emotional discipline before taking huge financial risks. Charlie Munger constantly talked about avoiding stupidity. That sounds simple, but it's incredibly hard, because humans love excitement, and slow wealth feels boring. Index funds are boring. Saving consistently is boring. Building businesses slowly is boring. Avoiding stupid purchases is boring. Not flexing online is boring. But boring builds empires. Drama destroys them. That's the trade. You choose one. And there's another uncomfortable reality. Some people use money to heal emotional pain. Breakup, shopping spree, stress, luxury vacation. Feeling insecure? Buy status symbols. Feeling behind in life? Spend money to appear ahead. That cycle becomes addictive because spending gives temporary emotional relief. Very temporary. Then reality returns, and now you have both emotional pain and financial damage. That's a brutal combination.
This is why emotionally stable people often build wealth faster, not because they're smarter, because they don't constantly use money as emotional medication. They can delay gratification. They can tolerate boredom. They can sit still. That skill is massively underrated. And maybe that's what older generations meant when they talked about respecting fortune. Maybe they weren't talking about magic. Maybe they were warning people not to become emotionally reckless when life finally rewards them. That warning still matters today. If you suddenly make more money, pause before upgrading your lifestyle. Pause before making big promises. Pause before showing everyone. Pause before believing this level is permanent. And ask yourself one honest question. Do I actually know how to keep this? Because making money is one skill. Keeping money is another. And becoming the kind of person who can hold wealth without self-destructing, that might be the hardest skill of all.
So, what do you actually do when money suddenly comes into your life? Let's make this practical, because hearing "stay humble" sounds nice, but people need real rules. So here are rules that can protect you when life suddenly goes your way. First rule: disappear emotionally, not physically. You don't need to move to a mountain and become a monk. Just don't react like most people. You made a big investment gain? Act normal. Big business deal? Act normal. Huge bonus? Act normal. Unexpected inheritance? Act normal. Why? Because emotional spikes create stupid decisions, and success can be just as emotionally dangerous as failure. Second rule: don't upgrade your lifestyle for at least 6 months. This one saves people all the time. When money arrives fast, people assume it will keep arriving fast. That assumption ruins lives. Wait, let the money sit, see if your income is repeatable. See if this success was luck, timing, or a real long-term change. Time exposes truth. Third rule: tell fewer people. This is huge. Loose lips create financial pressure. Once people know you're doing well, expectations appear, requests appear, opinions appear, jealousy appears. Privacy protects peace, and peace protects wealth. Fourth rule: remove the money from easy access. People are impulsive, that's reality. Move some into long-term investments, savings accounts, assets that create friction before spending. Make reckless behavior harder. Fifth rule: never celebrate with recurring expenses. This is where people destroy themselves. One nice dinner? Fine. One vacation? Maybe. But a new car payment, luxury apartment lease, massive monthly subscriptions, private school you can barely afford? Those things keep charging you long after the excitement disappears. Temporary money should never create permanent bills. That's a dangerous trap. Sixth rule: stay paranoid about ego. Not fearful, just honest. Ask yourself, did I get lucky? Did timing help me? Am I overestimating my skill? Could this disappear? Those questions keep people grounded, and grounded people survive longer. Now, here's the bigger lesson. Life moves in seasons. Sometimes money flows easily. Sometimes everything feels stuck. Sometimes business is booming. Sometimes everything slows down. That's normal. The problem starts when people treat good seasons like permanent reality. Winter always comes somewhere. That's why wise people store resources during good times. And this idea has existed forever. Look at the Bible story of Joseph storing grain during years of abundance before famine. Ancient lesson, still relevant. Good times are not permission to become careless. They are opportunities to become stronger. And maybe that old idea of don't celebrate sudden money was never about superstition. Maybe it was teaching emotional discipline. Stay calm when life gets good. Stay calm when life gets bad. Don't let temporary highs rewrite your future. And remember this: poor people often think rich people make different money decisions. That's only half true. A lot of wealthy people simply avoid obvious emotional mistakes over and over for decades. That's how wealth compounds. Quiet decisions repeated consistently. And if you remember only one thing from this video, remember this: fast money is a test, not a reward. And most people fail that test because they celebrate the arrival of money instead of learning how to make it stay.